Okay, so defending against dashes. Defending against dashes. Okay. No, damn, Chun-Li's dash go... Why is she backdashing? Which one is that? That's one? I gotta redo one. Okay. Chun-Li's dash was pretty damn far, yo. That's far. Okay. So, defending against dashes, I think, comes down to you have to preemptively press a button to defend yourself from a dash. You have to stay outside of your opponent's dash range to be clear from any sort of attack right after the dash. You have to block if you're blocking, and that is an option for you to block because it's much better for you to take the throw. So if he dashes, you just block and you take the throw in that situation. And defending against a dash could be a neutral jump. You could be defending and you neutral jump to catch that dash just like that. You don't really know when it's coming, but you caught it. Let's just say that the timing worked perfectly like that. The timing worked perfectly for you to catch the dash in mid-flight, something like that. You know? So yeah, those are 4 ways that you could defend yourself from dashing. Keep in mind, these are all dangerous. These are all you could get hit. So that's why dashers are very strong. But if you're pressing the button to preemptively hit him out of the dash, it could work, but it could also get you crush countered. It could work for you to press a button. Number 1, for you to press a button preemptively to hit him out of the dash, it could work, but it could also get you crush countered. Number 2. What did I say number 2 was? Number 2 was for you to stay outside of their range. That's probably the best one. But number 2 would be to stay outside of their range of dash, where she cannot punish me with the dash. See? See? So if I'm outside of her range, the dash is not going to hit me. So you have to position yourself properly. But notice what happens when you're doing this. You're pushing yourself to the corner a little bit if she's walking at you. If a character's just walking at you and you're trying to stay outside of their range, you're putting yourself in the corner very quickly. So you have to be very smart with that. You have to go in their range, out of their range very quickly. You know, and even then it's just hard for you to do that. You have to commit to it. But I would say if you're having some sort of control in neutral, you could position yourself outside of their dash range and not really fear a button that they press. So most footsies that are being played from right here, I'm staying in this range. I'm staying a little further away just because I'm playing patient. Like, I want to play patient when I start off because I don't want to get hit randomly. But by me playing patient, if he dashes at me, that's okay with me. If he dashes at me, that's okay with me because I'm probably going to be out of their range for anything serious. And even if I'm in their range, notice, for number 2, if you're out of their range or even if you are in their range, them dashing tells you that they are antsy. Them dashing tells you that they're on an offensive mindset. So the layers start opening up. Okay, well, I feel like this is what he's going to do next. So I feel like he's going to probably dash again. I feel like I could out-neutral my opponent. I'm more confident in the neutral against my opponent because he is showing me that he's more eager to attack me. So it's okay if you got dashed in on. Just keep that in your mind that he did the dash for a reason because he wants to attack or set something up. But regardless, it has an aggressive approach because it is an aggressive move. So that would be number 2, staying outside of their range because you actually won't get hit with anything. Number 3 would be, even if you are in their range, to just block. Let's say you're in their range of the dash right there, right? Okay, but if you block an attack from him, you block a crush counter from him, or he delays a button and you still block. The only thing that you can get hit with here is a throw. So he has to dash throw. But I'd rather take a dash throw. Again, I'd rather take a dash throw than a dash button and have me get counter hit. I'd rather take a dash throw than a dash button. Now, look what happens when you take the dash throw. Oh, what happens exactly? Oops. Not that one. My apologies. What happens if you take the dash throw? They could dash throw again. They could dash throw again right here. Or, on your wake up, you eat a fierce punch into V-trigger. You eat something into V-trigger. You get crush countered into V-trigger. However, you at least get one more option to think about it. If that makes sense to you. You get at least one more option, whereas if you've built up like 60-70% stun, you could take 2 throws, but you would get stunned if she were to do a combo. So you want to take that less damage and one more opportunity, because if she did get the dash on you, then you fucked up. You know, it's still considered you fucking up. So you have to take what's given to you. You know, when life hands you lemonades, you get shitty lemonade in this situation, because it's still lemonade, but it's kind of a shitty situation to be in still. So when life hands you lemons, just fucking make that shitty lemonade, because you'd rather get shit lemonade than just shit, you know? Like, you'd rather like take shit lemonade than to fucking lose the round. So that's a pretty weird example, but that's just what I thought of. When she dashes at you, that's the lemons right there. And then by taking the throw, you at least get some shitty lemonade out of it, because you get to wake up and still block somewhat. He has to take the extra risk of dashing at you. He has to take that extra risk of dashing at you. Here's the best part, is that you have shitty lemonade right now, right? After he throws you, you have shitty lemonade. But if you get away with the right read and you defend yourself properly, your lemonade magically turns into pure lemonade. And then you can drink it. See? You have shitty lemonade, and you don't want to drink this right now. But if you guess correctly, then your lemonade turns pure and you fucking drink that shit again. Gives you some strength. But it's much better than being in this situation and then the person dashes at you and presses a button and you get counter hit and then you get stunned and it leads to the round being over, because they don't gain as much momentum from a dash throw than they get from a throw dash into a dash button, counter hit, stun, round over. They have so much more momentum in that situation compared to you taking the throw just one more time to really see what my opponent is doing. Even if it's a KO situation, take the throw to see if your opponent knows what you're even thinking about. So that could probably help in the next round or the round after that. So even if you're losing, you could still find some way to crack your opponent, download your opponent from what he's doing. That would be number 3, is the option for you to block. The option for you to block. Which is, you see that happening a lot. Why do you think Ken gets away with so many dash throws? Why do you think Ken players get away with so many, in neutral too, just dash throw? Because they don't want to eat the dash stand fierce. They don't want to eat the dash crush counter. Or they don't want to eat the crush counter roundhouse. So Ken gets away with that more. Same with Rashid. How many times does Rashid get away with dash throw? Because you're so afraid of his down fierce. Chun-Li, you're eating fierce punches. From here, you're eating fierce punches with Chun-Li. And eventually she's going to dash, because you're afraid to get hit by the fierce punch. Now, number 4 is that, yeah, you can neutral jump to catch the dash. I'm just neutral jumping right now. But you could have some sort of read on it, and you could neutral jump to get a fat punish on the dash. And that's happened in Street Fighter plenty of times, where I've been playing neutral, I'm in their dash range, and then I neutral jump with the button. I'm in their dash range, like that. That'll be number 4. And then number 5, how to defend yourself. You have to be calm when you get dashed in on. And when you're calm, you start thinking about the layers properly. You start thinking about, well, he can dash at me again, he could press a crush counter button, he could replicate the situation again. These are my options, these are this is that. If you get hit by a dash, it's okay as long as you bounce back and you start thinking about the layers that have now just opened up. So you have to be on top of the layers better than he is. You have to be ready. You know your layers, your options, and you know his layers, his options. Who's going to apply it better? Who's going to be stronger here mentally? Even though you just got hit, can you bounce back and adapt to the situation? This is where adaptation starts coming into play. When the opponent hits you with something and you don't let it fuck with your head, you start adapting, bounce back. And you're gathering info, yes. Other than that, oh, I said you press the preemptive button to catch their dash, right? See, like that. I mistimed the first crouch strong, and my natural instinct was to try to press that button again. Either crouch strong or something like that. See, even then I messed up the timing. You know, preemptive button right there. I just so happened to press it on the right time, but preemptive button like that. Notice the first one whiffed. Bam, like that. Notice that when in this game, when somebody has the life lead and their opponent is close to like 5% or 2%, they're just one hit away, they're going to stick to these buttons because this is going to catch the dash. This is going to catch the dash, and they don't have to take as much risk. This is not as much risk as you going ham, as you doing all of this. This is with you doing all of that. This is not as much risk as that. If you space it properly. If you space it properly. Oops. If you space it properly. Well, what happens if they just press the button? This is what happens. Bam! Into combo. Whatever that combo might be. So you're expecting a dash, so you try to preemptively punish the dash, and you... Bam! You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Have them overextend with the dash. Have them get a little autopilot-y in their movement. Have them overextend and then press your button. Have them overextend and then you press your button. But this could easily happen. You could have 30% and lose the round because you just wanted to press a button, bam, you got counter hit, and then he does combo into KO. Better for you to just block in that situation and deal with it, right? Better for you to block, take the throw to deal with it, because at least you get to reset some sort of neutral. And Nikali's example of that would be stand roundhouse with Nikali. Birdie's example of that would be fucking stand medium punch or stand roundhouse with Birdie. Or stand fierce. Cammy's example of that would be stand medium kick with Cammy, or crouching fierce with Cammy. How many crouching fierce V-triggers have you seen? Well, that's because they might dash grab you, or they might dash pressure you, so you're afraid and you start preemptively pressing a button and then you get hit. But every other option will get beat out. Every other option, if you do a preemptive button, will get beat out. Like that. Because he went for a button right there. See, all of these options that the Chun-Li player has from the dash, such as a dash crouching short, or a dash button, or a dash throw, all of these options will get beat out by your preemptive button. Like that. See? I don't know which option he's doing, but any one of these are going to get hit. Like that. So if your opponent does not have V-trigger, you could probably press this, because yeah, let's see, maybe you might get counter hit. Oh, actually no. Be careful of that, because if you get counter hit, you would get crush countered, depending on the move. Chun-Li's fierce does not crush counter, but other characters' heavy buttons, most of them do, so you want to be careful of that. Yeah, the preemptive button will work against all other options besides the button. And you just want to be careful. Again, it all comes down to the download. What do you think your opponent's going to do? Sometimes you're going to be right, sometimes you're going to be wrong. That's the nature of Street Fighter V. Welcome to Street Fighter V. This is a guess, is it not? Welcome to 50-50. Welcome to Street Fighter V. Either he's going to dash, or he's going to press a button. I don't know what I've been told. You're going to dash at me, you don't. So what's he going to do? I don't know. This is tournament, though. This is tournament. I don't know. I think he's going to dash at me. I think he's going to dash at me. Oh, it worked. Hey, I won. Next tournament. I think he's going to dash at me. Oh, I reacted late, even though I preemptively pressed it. I think he's going to dash at me. Oh, sometimes your light button will catch the heavy button, but that's because your light button hit your opponent's heavy button before it came out, before it's active. So, for example, let's say that I know that Chun-Li is going to press the fierce button, right? Let's say I know that Chun-Li is going to press the fierce button. Well, if you know, you could do that. If you know, you could get a little closer when you press the button. Get a little closer when you press the button. You get that counter hit. See, you'll get the counter hit. Oops, I need to time this a little better. So let's say that your opponent is walking back and forth in neutral, and then bam. Oops, sorry. So this is what happens if you know your opponent's going to press the button, such as I'm using that timing. See, so you don't even have to be that close. You could still catch a counter hit from it. That's because the fierce didn't come out yet. Even from right here. Oh, maybe not right there. See? But it's risky because you fuck up and you lose. So you don't see this being done as often, but when it does happen, it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot when that happens. But that could also happen. It all depends on the timing. So it's scary. It's definitely a scary thing to do, but it is an option for you. So welcome to Street Fighter V, where dashes and heavies are just very, very strong. And that's going to do it on defending yourself from dashes.